Welcome to Plan9Crunch, and today Plan9Crunch reviews a B or C movie. The film is Spooks Run Wild, 1941, starring Bela Lugosi. It was one of those wonderful Monogram films of which Lugosi made 9 films. It was directed by Phil Rosen, and it starred the East Side Kids, who later became the Bowery Boys. We're talking about Leo Gorcey, Hunts Hall, Bobby Jordan, and Lugosi is a red herring in this film. Oh, I shouldn't give that away, but you know what? If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. You'll still enjoy it. It involves, it's a haunted house mystery where the East Side Kids are still considered to be young, maybe even in high school, and they're going on a trip which is run by counselors. One is Dave O'Brien, played by Dave O'Brien. Another is played by Dorothy Short. They were married in that time frame, although they're later divorced, I believe. O'Brien, you might remember in Reefer Madness, but he was also well known in the 40s as doing a whole bunch of shorts in movie theaters. So anyways, they're out there in the wilderness and there's some killer going around. People are all worried about it. And Lugosi is a sinister person who is renting a really sinister house. And he has an assistant, a little person played by Angelo Rossito. And Lugosi was with Rossito in more than one movie. Who else I want to mention in this film? Well, I'm going to mention something a little bit sobering right now. Donald Haynes, who used to be in our gang and was with the East Side Kids, played Skinny in the show. And he went to World War II and died in action in North Africa in 1943. So God bless his soul forever for his sacrifice. I want to show you a scene. It won't be long, but it shows Lugosi's range as a sinister presence and how he can be effective. This is not in the haunted house. This is in a cemetery, which the boys go through because they're boys. They leave and everything. And let's watch it right now, Jack. Okay? There's Bela and Rossito.
The city of the dead. Do they too hear the howling of the frightened dogs?
Okay, this is an absolute psychotic gravedigger, caretaker.
Diana Billings. Winter came after 18 short summers. She was beautiful.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Okay, Jack, we can go away from it now. That's a psychotic caretaker. He later shoots one of the East Side Kids, who wounds him, and they take the kid to the mansion that Lugosi is living in. And what I like about this scene is it includes Bela's chuckle. You may have heard it very early when they're standing at the gate. Ed Wood described Lugosi's iconic chuckle as more or less dialogue. And Lugosi used it oftentimes in his films. Lugosi knew how to play comedy also. This is a comedy film. But he knew how to play comedy without making himself ridiculous. And he does that in this film very effectively. The East Side Kids eventually turned into the Bowery Boys. Lugosi made another Monogram film with them called Ghosts on the Loose, but it's not nearly as good as this film. Lugosi had sort of a lesser role playing a Nazi agent, and they didn't do much with his character. There's one entertaining scene we once spotlighted on Plan9Crunch where he sneezes in a painting, where he's faking he's the art. But Spooks Run Wild is a really good film. I appreciate that it shows occasionally on Turner Classic Movies. It's ubiquitous. You can see it everywhere, anywhere you want to. It's Lugosi basically in his prime of his comeback, where he had made the Son of Frankenstein. While he was doing this film, he also had a contract with Universal. At the time, they weren't really focusing him appropriately as they should, but he was working and making a lot of money. He was on a successful comeback at this time period. These Monogram films are a joy to watch today because they're so crazy in their plots sometimes, and they're so deferential to the real star of the film, which of course is Lugosi. So you get to really see Lugosi, be what people want to see him, rather than sometimes be a spare part in a Universal film like he was in, for example, the remake of not the remake, but the same name Black Cat. He was also wasted in Night Monster, another Universal film. I do enjoy those movies, but I wish Bela had more time in them and more consideration from Universal. So Spooks Run Wild, go see it. Find it anywhere. You can stream it on Amazon. You can stream it on YouTube, etc. And it's really good that we have these films today. We live in an era of streaming where we can see these movies. A lot of people won't understand this, but there was a time where you couldn't find Spooks Run Wild, and you'd have to pay $29.99 to get a cheap VHS of it. Those days are over now, fortunately. And my name is Doug Gibson. Thank you for watching this. We're at Plan9Crunch. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You can like us on TikTok or Facebook. We're called Plan9Crunch Podcast and Blog on Facebook. And go to the blog where I believe we have reviewed, I know we reviewed Spooks Run Wild on the blog. That's Plan9Crunch.com. So thank you very much for your time, and that's a wrap.